My name is Alec Ginsberg. I'm a pharmacist and I'm also the fourth generation owner of C.O. Bigelow apothecaries in the West Village. If you think back to the 1800s or even the early 1900s, there weren't like medications that your doctor could say, oh, go to the pharmacy and get amoxicillin. These things didn't exist yet. So what an apothecary was a place where you were diagnosed and treated. You either went to a doctor first who diagnosed you and you went to the apothecary with like a long formula of a medication for the pharmacy or the apothecary to create for you, or you went to the apothecary and there were doctors there and you would say, oh, I have itchy skin. The pharmacist or the doctor would look at your skin, go into the back where they had a garden of all these items, kind of cut some things up, mix them together in that mortar and a pestle you think about, and then bring it out to you and say, you know, this is the thing I created to heal you. So Bigelow was really known for being an apothecary in that sense. C.O. Bigelow was founded in 1838. We're the oldest apothecary pharmacy in the United States. It was founded by a doctor named Galen Hunter, who was a doctor from Vermont. Eventually passed it down to different employees over the years, and the succession kind of went that way. A guy named Clarence Otis Bigelow took it over, and during the Great Depression, the store had kind of become run down when my great-grandfather, William Ginsberg, had immigrated here from Poland. He decided to buy the pharmacy. That was in 1939. And since then, the pharmacy's been in my family, the Ginsberg family. This picture here is my grandfather, Jerry, and my father, Ian, who's still the president and owner of the store. This is them standing in front of the front pharmacy counter, probably around 1986. I started working full-time in the business about 6 years ago. So I'm the fourth generation of the family, and that's kind of how it went from 1838 until today. Anybody you can think of who is kind of like a village legend has definitely passed through these doors before. The Belushi brothers, the New York Dolls, William Kunstler, Lou Reed and David Bowie, Keith Haring, Chuck Close, Diane von Furstenberg, Larry Kramer. We even took care of Eleanor Roosevelt. She lived around the corner. My grandfather sent her a package of stuff from Bigelow, and she wrote back to him personally and wrote, "Dear Mr. Bigelow," even though he was Mr. Ginsberg, you know, thank you for the lovely set of items. It makes me feel like I'm at home. We're one of the last remaining independent stores in general, but especially one of the very few remaining independent pharmacies. Most of our staff has been here for 10 plus years. I think the biggest differentiator for us is we know people's names and they also know our names. If you call into your local CVS or your local Walgreens, how often are you saying, I want to speak to the pharmacist John, or you know, this person? When people call here, they always ask for somebody by name. Even some of our customers still today knew my grandfather and were treated by him, and my father as well, and it means a lot to me when one of our customers says to me, oh, you must be Ian's son or you must be Jerry's grandson. I don't even know if I could think of another place where an employee could say they've had that type of a relationship with their customer or their patients. That's considering Bigelow's, you know, I say 1838, 200 years, but to really hammer home what that means, like we were through the Civil War. Before electricity, there was Bigelow's. Before the car, Thomas Edison ran here for a salve when he burned his finger inventing the light bulb. I mean, that's how old Bigelow's has been here. The other invaluable thing besides food was you needed your meds. So we've never been closed a day in our history. During World War II, all stores had to shut their lights off at night in all buildings to prevent bombings, you know, planes from seeing them, but Bigelow's was allowed to keep its lights on because we were deemed that important of a place people needed to be able to find.
Those tropical storms and hurricanes move east out to sea. Sandy's traveling north and will turn west, so its effects will be felt over a large land area.
Hurricane Sandy, we had a generator driven in from St. Louis to park in front of the street to keep our lights on.
With over 11,000 diagnosed with coronavirus, New York has nearly half the confirmed cases in the entire country.
COVID was a very difficult time to keep that going because a lot of our staff would be out on a day-to-day basis. I never knew waking up who would text me that day and be like, I tested positive, I can't come in.
When the pandemic, C.O. Bigelow never closed its doors once.
Regardless how crazy the world gets and whatever's going on, when they walk in the door and they see the smiling faces and it looks normal, I think they kind of feel like everything's going to be okay.
I think I worked every day for like 4 months straight. While it's just me and my father in the official family, we have an unofficial Bigelow family who doesn't just view this as a 9 to 5 to clock in and out. We're not just a store, we're not just a pharmacy. We are a center for the community that grounds the West Village, and it's because of the people that work here. They're not employees who started 2 months ago who are going to be gone in a month. When the people here are happy and they have pride where they work, that passes on to the customers, and I think that's what makes Bigelow stand out above just your regular average pharmacy or even your regular neighborhood pharmacy across America. We're a place where everybody knows everybody. And that's a very rare thing in 2022, and it's something that I can confidently say 30 years from now will still be the case here as it was 30 to 100 years before.